The next one, Case Keenum. Your boy, Case Keenum, Dilly Vanilli. He is signed with the Denver Broncos. According to you, I'm taking this as your information, 2-year, $36 million. That's $3 more million.
I heard this from a Denver beat reporter, so I just want to point that out. Anybody calls me wrong if the information comes out.
$3 more million than Sam Bradford. 1 more year than Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
Let's evaluate this signing.
Okay. Well, I think he should be getting more money than Bradford, first off. I think there's no question about that. After the NFC Championship game appearance, you have to at least give him more money than Bradford. Denver, I don't know where John Elway's head is at as a GM. I don't know if he doesn't want to rebuild. I see that as he wants to win now. So I think with Case Keenum, it's you brought it up. I think he wants to help. You have Case Keenum, but then also build Paxton Lynch as something of value. Contract. I don't think it's the worst deal in the world, and I think Case Keenum pretty much got his value for what he's worth. But at the same time, I don't think Denver really solidified their quarterback. I think they really wanted to get Kirk Cousins, and they're taking this as a compensation. I think that's what I'm seeing out of it. I don't think it's the worst signing. Not that much. 2 years. You're only investing 2 years, but your defense doesn't have that much longer to go. Keep to leave. You guys released him, so he's gone. There's a bunch of defensive talent that's also going to get older and in their prime years, going to have to deal with maybe quarterbacks that aren't going to win for them. But that being said, if he works in this offense, that's great. We have to see the value on this one. I think this is a one where we could judge as it is right now, but I think we need to see a couple of games in. Hey, is this going to work? Is John Elway find some kind of diamond in the rough? I just known from GM experience of John Elway that it's been very inconsistent in terms of picking the right player. But then again, this one isn't a draft player, so maybe that is a good thing if you bring somebody in free agency. I think there's positives and negatives to both of it. He's got 2 receivers in Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas who have had their stats falling for the last couple of seasons. So maybe he can help one or both of them get to at least a little bit more promise. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted with this whole contract here, but it's not that much money and it's not that many amount of years if it's this report.
Yeah, so $23 million. 2 years. I think it's a tough question to answer because is Case Keenum the guy that played for Minnesota this past year? Is he the guy that was playing for the Rams? Is he somewhere in the middle? Who is Case Keenum? Now, I was a believer in Case Keenum all regular season long last year. When it came to the playoffs, he had ups and downs. Overall, he was pretty good. Against the Eagles, the game kind of just unraveled and nobody really played well on the Vikings. So I don't know if you can really chalk it up to Case Keenum not playing well. He did throw an interception. But
crucial one.
But at the same time, this is the type of player you're getting with Case Keenum. I think you're getting a player that can make the throws. I think you're getting a player that is bold. You're getting a player that is a great guy. But he's a little bit of a gambler. He plays with that edge to his game where he's rather going to throw a touchdown or throw a pick six on a couple of plays. So sometimes you're going to get great and sometimes you're going to get bad. It's just a matter of what are you going to get more with Case Keenum.
That's a way to look at it.
I don't think he's going to a better situation than he had in Minnesota. I think Denver has a lot of questions. I think Denver has a lot of questions on offense, with their offensive line, with their running game. And of course, Minnesota had that support with him. Although they didn't have Dalvin Cook, they did have Latavius Murray, Jerick McKinnon, and they had a good offensive line overall at run blocking and getting, running pretty efficiently. And he had 2 receivers similarly to in Denver. He has that as well. I think Denver, those receivers still got it. I think it was a matter of who was throwing him the ball, to be honest. But defensively, I still question whether the Broncos are that defense that they used to be. I thought the signing was going to happen the whole time. I've been predicting it forever, and if you guys have been hanging around on the channel, I've been predicting it. But that doesn't mean I absolutely love it. I think it's a good signing. It's only 2 years. I think it gives them time to kind of bridge at the quarterback position and find a future guy, because I don't think Case Keenum is the answer full long term. I think Case Keenum is a guy that can start. He might, if he plays well enough, could get you to the playoffs, but I don't think you're expecting anything great from Case Keenum. I think you're expecting from Case Keenum to get you from point A to point B with your next quarterback. And I think that's what he's really meant to do. And because it's only 2 years, yeah, it's a lot of money. I don't think it's all that bad. And I'm not really sure where the Broncos are at as a team. Are they still in championship window territory, or are they sort of in rebuild territory? So that's kind of the question that I have. I don't know where the Broncos are because their quarterback play has been so terrible. So that's just where I'm at. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad, Dylan.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see the production. And also, it kind of seems like the Viking situation for him. It seems like he went from one similar situation to the next, where the Vikings.
Yeah, I think he can do a pretty serviceable job in a similar role. Like, he's not, he's going to make some plays, but he also knows how to control the clock and be that sort of game managing quarterback. But at the same time, last year for the Vikings, he won a lot of those games. He made a lot of big time throws. So it's just a matter of what you believe in with Case Keenum, and also what do you believe the Broncos to be? Those are two big questions, and I don't know if those are yet to be answered. We'll see this season and coming up, but I think the Broncos still need to improve a lot of their team.
They'll be probably the hardest team to get their predictions correct, honestly. I think that'll be the hardest one.
One of them, at least, yeah.